The colony moon of Ashara 7 wasn't supposed to have predators. That's what the terraforming reports had promised, what the settlement brochures had guaranteed. But as Liam Voss sprinted through the bioluminescent forest with a terrified alien princess clutching his jacket, he knew those reports were catastrophically wrong. The shadow predator moved like liquid darkness between the trees, its 6 eyes gleaming with hunger. Princess Kareth stumbled, her violet skin pale with fear, her ornate robes torn from their desperate flight. She had been visiting the human settlement as part of a diplomatic mission when the creature attacked her guard detail. Everyone else had scattered. Everyone except Liam. "Keep running," Liam shouted, pushing the princess ahead as the predator's growl reverberated through his chest. The 14-year-old human knew he should be terrified, should be running faster, should be anywhere but here. But Kareth's golden eyes held such pure terror that his feet had moved before his brain could object. The creature lunged. Liam threw himself between the predator and Kareth, feeling razor-sharp teeth sink deep into his shoulder. Pain exploded through his body as the creature's venom began to burn through his veins. He screamed, but his hand found the plasma cutter on his belt, a tool, not a weapon, but desperation made innovators of humans. The beam sliced across the predator's face. It shrieked and released him, retreating into the shadows. Liam collapsed, his vision already blurring as the venom spread. Kareth caught him, her 3-fingered hands trembling as she pressed them against his wound. "Why?" she whispered in accented standard. "Why would you sacrifice yourself for me?" Liam managed a weak smile. "Because someone had to." The world went black. When Liam woke, he wasn't in the settlement's medical bay. The ceiling above him was made of crystalline structures that pulsed with soft light, and the air smelled of something sweet and alien. His shoulder throbbed, but the pain was manageable, wrapped in bandages that shimmered with healing nanites far beyond human technology. "The human boy awakens." A deep voice resonated through the chamber. Liam turned his head to see a figure that made his breath catch. King Zareth stood nearly 3 meters tall, his violet skin marked with golden tattoos that denoted royal lineage. His eyes, the same golden color as his daughter's, studied Liam with an intensity that made the boy want to sink into the bed. "Your Majesty?" Liam tried to sit up, but a gentle hand pushed him back down. Kareth stood beside his bed, her expression unreadable. "You protected my daughter," the king said, his voice carrying the weight of ancient authority. A human child threw himself before a shadow predator to save an alien princess. This act has complicated matters. Liam swallowed hard. "I didn't mean to complicate anything, sir. I just couldn't let her die." Precisely the problem. King Zareth moved closer, his massive frame somehow graceful. "For 3,000 years, my people have believed humans to be barbaric, primitive, driven only by greed and violence. Your species expanded across the stars with weapons first, questions later. We have kept our distance, maintained our superiority, judged you harshly." The king's expression softened almost imperceptibly. "And then a human boy, barely into adolescence, proves every assumption wrong with a single selfless act." Kareth spoke up, her voice stronger than when Liam had last heard it. "Father, the council demands answers. They say we cannot change our stance on humanity because of one child." "The council is filled with old fools," Zareth replied, surprising both youngsters. "Old fools who have never faced a choice between their principles and someone's life." He turned back to Liam. "The shadow predator's venom is fatal to my people. Had it bitten Kareth, she would have died within minutes. Your human physiology is different, slower metabolism, more robust cellular repair. You survived what would have killed my daughter instantly." Liam hadn't known that. The realization made his head spin. "I have made a decision," the king declared, and the room seemed to hold its breath. "One that will anger many and please few, but it is the right decision nonetheless." He placed one large hand on Liam's uninjured shoulder. "Liam Voss, by the authority granted to me as king of the Ashara sovereignty, I hereby declare you and all humans under my protection to be equals in the eyes of our law. No longer will your people be considered lesser. No longer will we close our borders to your kind." Kareth gasped. "Father, the ancient laws can be changed by a king who chooses wisdom over tradition," Zareth interrupted firmly. "This boy taught me that courage and compassion are not species-specific traits. If a human child can be braver than trained warriors, if he can value an alien life as much as his own, then what does that say about our prejudice? The king straightened to his full height. I will face the council. I will face the protests. But I will not face my reflection knowing I let bigotry win when a 14-year-old human showed me what true honor looks like. Tears welled in Kyreth's eyes as she took Liam's hand. Thank you, she whispered. You didn't just save my life. You saved my people from becoming something cruel. Liam looked between the alien princess and her father, feeling the weight of what had just happened. He hadn't planned to change interstellar politics. He had just seen someone in danger and reacted. But perhaps, he thought, that's what humanity did best. Act when action was needed, care when caring mattered, and prove that the best parts of being human had nothing to do with being human at all. They were universal. Rest now, young hero, King Zareth said, his voice gentler. When you heal, you will be honored before both our peoples, and perhaps you will help us understand what makes humans truly remarkable. Not your weapons or your ambition, but your unwavering instinct to protect those who cannot protect themselves. As the king and princess left him to rest, Liam closed his eyes and smiled. His shoulder hurt. His future had just become incredibly complicated, and he'd probably be famous across multiple star systems. But Kyreth was alive, and somehow that made everything worth it. That was the human way.